Grasshoppers have been present in the United States for thousands of years. Grasshopper fossils have been found in various regions of the United States, including California, Nevada, and Utah. Grasshoppers and the like have caused serious damage, eating up millions of acres of crops. Researchers collected grasshopper samples from fields and developed drugs to treat them. Farmers also use a variety of methods to reduce the number of locusts in their fields, including operating sprayers and even using aircraft to treat larger areas. According to a study by the United States Department of Agriculture, pesticides have helped reduce grasshopper damage to crops by 80 to 90%. Research also shows that pesticides help prevent widespread locust outbreaks, which would have caused significant damage to the agricultural sector since the 2000s. Grasshopper populations have grown again due to warmer and drier climates in many areas of the United States, creating favorable conditions for locusts to sprint. Intensive farming, which involves growing the same crop on a large scale, has created a favorable environment for locust outbreaks. Grasshoppers began to breed everywhere in the fields. A female grasshopper can lay 100 to 200 eggs during the breeding season. They lay eggs in the soil, usually at a depth of about 2 to 4 centimeters. Then the eggs hatch into pupae after about 2 to 3 weeks. The pupa will develop into an adult grasshopper in the next 2 to 3 weeks. In 2021, a large locust swarm broke out in the western United States. This war against locusts has brought billions of locusts into play, causing crop devastation in many states, including Montana, Wyoming, Colorado, Nebraska, and Oregon. Damage caused by locust swarms is estimated to reach billions of dollars in fields. Dense locusts can travel about 5 miles in one go and eat all kinds of plants and grass along the way. The fields they pass through often become desert, leaving only bare soil and destroyed vegetation. Not only eating grass and plants in fields, grasshoppers also attack trees on farms. The locusts were so dense that the leaves on the trees were almost invisible. Over the past 26 years or so, locust populations have rebounded, causing billions of dollars in damage to farms and farmers. Once again, people face a locust invasion, as happened decades ago. Grasshoppers have faced American farmers' top pesticides. Research on fungi from grasshopper corpses has been used to create locust medicine. This method has helped deal with locust populations and has had a great effect so far. Locust medicine has been researched and developed into a more powerful medicine to deal with them. Important in this process is the precision in applying insect sizes in locust neb or adults. Divide the development stage of grasshoppers into different stages, with a special point being that grasshoppers become larger, making them more susceptible to the effects of pesticides. Choosing a time frame with dry conditions to apply pesticides will increase the effectiveness of the pesticide and minimize the impact on the environment. To avoid adverse consequences in the ecosystem, it is necessary to ensure uniform distribution of pesticides across the entire field to destroy the entire locust population. By prioritizing uniform coverage, the likelihood of missed areas is minimized, thereby contributing to more effective control. This strategy also recognizes and acknowledges the potential negative effects of excessive pesticide use. Balancing pesticide use is important to prevent unintended harm to non-target species. Adopting this approach requires responsible stewardship consistent with sustainable agricultural practices that promote both crop and environmental protection. Management should prioritize the use of personal protective equipment, PPE, when applying pesticides. This measure not only ensures worker safety, but also complies with safety regulations. Use PPE including gloves, masks, and protective clothing, which provide a protective barrier against potential health risks associated with handling pesticides. Implementing these detailed strategies, farmers can optimize locust control effectiveness and minimize their ecological footprint at the same time. This includes balancing agricultural productivity with environmental responsibility, which is paramount in promoting sustainable and resilient farming practices. When the number of locusts destroyed exceeds the number of locusts that reproduce, reducing the locust population becomes more effective. Pesticides directly kill grasshoppers and can also reduce their ability to reproduce. As the number of locusts decreases, the threat to crops is also reduced, helping to protect farmers from losses. The European black squirrel is an invasive animal that the United States has faced since the 19th century. Since 1851, they first appeared in the United States when several species of squirrels were released at the Central Park Zoo in New York. From there, they quickly adapted to the new environment and reproduced at breakneck. This squirrel species is native to Europe, Asia, and North Africa. They are famous for their high adaptability and good health, are larger in size than Native American chipmunks, and are even more resistant to disease. European black squirrels became an invasive species in the United States primarily due to a lack of natural predators in the new environment. European black squirrel populations thrive in areas with abundant resources, vegetation, and food sources. They often appear in both urban and suburban areas. Where there are sufficient food sources including beans, corn, and trees. According to the United States Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, the European black squirrel population currently numbers about 200 million in the United States and is one of the most common invasive animals. Black squirrels not only cause a lot of damage to crops, infrastructure, and natural habitats, but also affect people's daily lives. They enjoy eating a variety of crops such as corn, peanuts, wheat, and fruit trees, and can damage buildings and infrastructure such as power lines and water pipes. European black squirrels can also carry diseases that infect native animals, creating a significant challenge to U.S. biodiversity. Although European black squirrels have become an indispensable part of everyday life, they still pose a major challenge to protecting the environment and maintaining the natural balance in the United States. Hunting of invasive European black squirrels has become a popular control method, widely implemented in many states, especially in areas with high European squirrel densities, such as urban and rural areas. Hunting usually takes place in the summer when squirrels are storing food for the winter. Hunters use professional hunting tools to ensure high efficiency in dealing with invasive European black squirrels. European black squirrel hunters need special skills, such as the ability to locate squirrels and precise hunting skills. However, Safety is always the most important factor during hunting, because European black squirrels can be dangerous and not easy to deal with. Hunters need to be careful in all situations, ensuring personal protection with equipment such as helmets, handrails, and protective pads. This regulation applies not only to hunters, but also to maintain the balance of the ecosystem. Keeping the European black squirrel population stable is an important goal, which must go hand in hand with compliance with hunter guidelines and predictions. In their journey to hunt for European black squirrels, hunters often operate in areas where hunting is allowed and have a habit of operating during the day. European black squirrels often appear in places with lots of vegetation and abundant food sources, such as parks, forests, and gardens. The hunting process begins when the hunter locates the European black squirrel. They need speed and flexibility to quickly make the decision to shoot or use traps to catch squirrels. Hunting not only requires skill and precision, but also requires compliance with regulations to ensure safety and maintain natural balance. This poses quite a challenge because European black squirrels are resistant and resilient to the threat of humans. Therefore, hunters need to be careful and follow safety measures when handling them after successfully catching them. The harvesting process is the next step, requiring hunters to comply with local regulations regarding the handling and use of squirrels. European black squirrels can be used for food or fur, depending on the purpose. The number of invasive European black squirrels that a community can hunt each day depends on many factors, such as the skill of the hunter, squirrel density in the area, and weather conditions. According to estimates, a hunter can hunt about 10 to 20 European black squirrels per day. After 1 year of hunting measures, European black squirrel populations can decline by about 10 to 20%, depending on many factors such as control effectiveness, initial population size, and level of pressure. Use other measures. This is a positive step forward in the control of European black squirrels. However, it should be noted that hunting is only one part of a series of control measures. Hunting of invasive European black squirrels plays an important role in controlling their numbers. However, to ensure effective and safe implementation, local regulations and guidelines must be strictly followed. Consideration and respect for nature is an important factor in maintaining ecological balance and minimizing negative impacts on the environment. Hunting European black squirrels is not only an effective control measure, but also a process that requires mature skill and respect for the natural environment. Only by fully complying with regulations can we maintain the balance between humans and nature in this process. If you like this video, please comment number 1 below now so we can post more interesting videos every day. Don't forget to press the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Thank you. I really appreciate the opportunity to meet you again. Controlling invasive kangaroo populations for farmers and environmental managers in Australia is a major challenge, with around 50 million kangaroos currently living here. Maintaining a balance between this kangaroo population and protecting the environment is a complex issue. So how are Australian farmers trying to control invasive kangaroo populations? Leave number 1 below and join me now. Australia, with its wild natural beauty and ecosystem diversity, faces a unique challenge in controlling invasive kangaroo populations. There are an estimated 50 million kangaroos, 10 times the current population. The balance between kangaroo numbers and environmental protection is becoming a difficult and complex task. The sniping method has been considered one of the most effective and popular methods of controlling kangaroo populations. Professional gunmen are hired to carry out this task in areas with a high risk of being damaged by kangaroos. They need precise skills and a deep understanding of kangaroos' behavior in their environment. The training of shooters ensures that killing of kangaroos takes place safely, humanely, and effectively. This method is often applied in agricultural areas or where kangaroos pose a risk to crops and traffic by reducing the number of kangaroos in that area. residents and farmers can protect their property and reduce the risk of traffic accidents caused by kangaroos. For example, in this racetrack, causing the racers to be unable to avoid it. They collided with it and were sent flying. Although shooting is an effective method, it is also carried out according to strict regulations and guidelines to ensure that kangaroo population control is sustainable and does not cause undue harm to other species. Have you thought about using herbicides to control kangaroo populations? Herbicide use requires careful research and management to ensure that use does not negatively impact the natural environment and other plants. The use of herbicides is one of the measures to promote balance in kangaroo population management, helping to protect both the environment and the interests of other animal populations. Australians have begun adopting kangaroos on farms as a protective measure to control Australia's invasive kangaroo population. Faced with the rapidly increasing number of kangaroos and the challenge of maintaining a balanced natural environment, using them for livestock purposes becomes a solution worth considering. However, this requires careful and strict management to ensure that kangaroo farming does not cause negative impacts on the environment and other animals. Preparation is needed. First, breeders need to create a suitable environment for kangaroos, ensuring they have enough water, food, and space to move freely. The fence system must be built tightly to ensure the safety of kangaroos and prevent them from escaping from the farm. An important benefit of capturing kangaroos to raise on farms is their ability to control reproduction. Strict management of kangaroo reproduction allows for easier regulation of the number of animals in the population. This helps maintain balance in the kangaroo population in a sustainable way and protects the natural environment from being too seriously destroyed. Kangaroo meat has high nutritional value and has become an indispensable part of Australian cuisine, creating business opportunities for those wanting to participate in the kangaroo farming industry. However, catching kangaroos requires careful research and in-depth knowledge of their behavior and health, ensuring that kangaroos are raised in the best possible way. By capturing kangaroos and raising them on farms, Australians are applying a diverse and sustainable approach to controlling invasive kangaroo populations. This not only helps maintain balance in the natural environment, but also ensures that kangaroos remain an important part of Australian culture and life. The rich nutritional source of kangaroo meat is not only a prime example of sustainable use of natural resources with its high protein and nutrient content, but is also an attractive choice for Australians and Australians all around the world. The Australian government has introduced recommendations and promotions to promote the consumption of kangaroo meat, bringing great benefits to Australians. Dogs are predators, but it is not always easy to deal with the kangaroo population. This drives Australia's ecosystem and culture. Kangaroos represent very rapid production, giving birth to 1 to 4 young per year. This rapid population growth creates a significant challenge for environmental managers, and the mobility of kangaroos is another problem that must be faced. Regarding population control, they have the ability to move quickly and flexibly, making them difficult to catch using traditional pursuit methods. In this context, maintaining a balance between kangaroo conservation and effective population management is a significantly challenging endeavor, and coordination between stakeholders is critical and necessary to ensure kangaroo survival and the balance of Australia's natural environment. The story of the kangaroo is an indispensable part of the diversity and richness of this country. Do you like these kangaroos? If yes, leave number 1. Otherwise, if you don't like it, leave number 0. On June 20, 2022, a herd of wild boars invaded a cornfield in the Pasco, Florida wilderness, eating all the corn plants, including the roots, leaving the corn plants unable to recover. Farm owner Mr. John Smith said that the damage caused by wild boars amounted to more than $100,000 USD. Mr. Smith said this is the second time this year a herd of wild boars has invaded his cornfield. Smith took measures to protect his crops from wild boars, including making fences, use floodlights and sounds to fight them, however, these measures are not effective in these cases. While mesh wire fences made of approximately 6 feet high mesh galvanized wire have been proven effective in preventing feral pigs from causing damage to agriculture, the tall columns, approximately 8 feet high, are made of wood or metal and provide support to ensure the durability and stability of the steel mesh fence, which is fixed to the support posts using nails or bolts. forming a strong load-bearing system. It's important to ensure that the fence is set up properly to achieve optimal performance. According to the latest report from the U.S. Department of Agriculture, as of December 2023, farmers in Florida have constructed mesh wire fences on approximately 1.5 million acres of agricultural land, including small farms and large agricultural properties. With an estimated construction cost of about $2 billion. This effort marks a major step forward in protecting crops and livestock from feral hog infestations. Hunting at night is an effective feral hog hunting method favored by Florida farmers, especially when wild boars are active in the evening. Groups of hunters often travel on trucks or SUVs, fully equipped with the necessary tools and equipment for hunting using headlights. Hunters have the ability to catch wild BS in the dark, creating favorable conditions for hunting. Hunting when the group sees a target. The hunter will deploy shooting techniques to ensure efficiency and accuracy. This approach has brought positive results with the U.S. Department of Agriculture every year. The Florida farmers successfully destroys about 250,000 wild boars thanks to this hunting method. Before the start of the hunting season, hunters often prepare a series of necessary equipment, including hunting tools and radiators, which are all important and indispensable items. Hunters need to ensure all their equipment is working properly to avoid unexpected problems during the hunt. An important tip when hunting is to use diffuse lights to search. Hunters often explore fields in the dark to locate wild BS posts, especially when they are active. This creates favorable conditions for hunting once their location has been determined. Hunters will conduct the hunt using hunting tools, ensuring accuracy and efficiency. Usually the people participating in this activity are professional or experienced farmers. The hunter's hunting process is carried out strictly to ensure performance and safety. According to estimates by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, about 200,000 feral hogs are killed each year due to night hunting in Florida. Hunting wild boar at night is more than just a form of hunting. Entertainment, but also an effective way to control wild boar populations. To ensure the success and safety of the hunter, it is necessary to follow some important rules. Safety is always the top priority here, not only for yourself, but also for those around you. The use of hunting equipment must be done carefully and properly to avoid unnecessary dangers. Additionally, compliance with local laws is important to avoid unwanted legal issues. After hunting, hunters need to clean up bullet casings. Pay attention to the surrounding environment to limit negative impacts on nature and avoid causing pollution. Do you like the way Florida people hunt wild boars? If so, leave the number 1. Otherwise, if you disagree with wild boar hunting, leave the number 0 and share your opinion in the comment section below. Continue watching the rest of the video for more information from the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations FAO. According to FAO, there are about 1.4 billion sheep raised worldwide, of which about 90% are raised free range. Wild wolves and black bears are considered natural predators of sheep, often attacking sheep both during the day and at night. According to a study published in the journal Nature Livestock, dogs play an important role in reducing wolf damage to sheep. Research shows that sheep protected by dogs have an 80% lower attack rate than sheep not protected by dogs. According to the report by the Worldwide Fund for Nature, WWF, on the damages caused by invasive species on livestock farms, the total amount of damage could reach approximately $20 billion USD annually. This includes the cost of treating injured animals, the cost of replacing dead animals, and the cost of preventing the spread of invasive species. So do you know how Americans train livestock dogs most effectively? Every dog allowed to raise sheep has to go through what they have learned to be able to participate in sheep care and other lifestyles. To understand the training process of these intelligent dogs, we will share how they are raised and trained on farms and fields. Healthy sheepdogs can run 5 to 10 miles per day. They are considered the smartest dogs in the world and are trained to understand and carry out whistle commands.
Ho-ho! Good boy! Here!
The process of training a sheepdog to understand and execute the whistle command usually lasts from 6 months to 1 year. The trainer will apply positive methods, including using rewards, to help the dog learn. Training a sheepdog to effectively carry out commands, such as keeping a flock of sheep, usually takes 1 to 2 years. During this process, the trainer will teach the dog to recognize the size of the sheep herd, react when there are stray sheep, or when there is a risk of attack from predators. We'll also train the dog to be able to move the sheep in a specific direction, such as moving the sheep into the barn at night. There are about 10 of the most intelligent dog breeds chosen as sheepdogs, including the Australian Border Collie and the German Shepherd. After training, they often participate in competitions and earn prestigious certificates from famous sheepdog organizations, such as the American Border Shepherd Association, ABCA, and the Shepherd Dog Association, United States Border, USDA. Annual competitions take place across the country. With hundreds of competitors, the events often include a sheep or dog distress challenge, and they are often held in areas with many sheep farms, such as states in the Southwest and Midwest of the United States. Competitions are often divided into different levels, depending on the age and experience of the dog. To increase competition, competitions are often divided into 3 different levels for sheepdogs. The beginner level is for beginners. The open level is for dogs with 1 to 2 years of competition experience. And the advanced level is for dogs with 3 or more years of experience. Dogs that excel in these competitions will receive a certificate from the organization. This certification is not only a measure of superior performance, but also a way of assessing their ability to lead flocks of sheep. To participate in the competition, the dog needs to practice many different signals and develop body language to recognize the shepherd's signals. Sheepdogs have the ability to respond properly to voice commands and hand signals. When leading the herd, they use subtle signals to control the herd's actions. Their barks can attract the attention of the flock, while the shepherd's gestures are often interpreted as instructions as to the desired direction of movement. This helps protect sheep from predators. Sheepdogs also use special signals to warn of danger. Fierce barking can be a warning sign of war, while roaring can be an expression of threat. These signals not only warn sheep, but also help them prepare for dangerous situations. During the process of moving sheep from the barn to the pasture, The cooperation between the sheepdog and the shepherd is very important. First, the sheepdog is placed in a crate to begin the process. Shepherds then use signals to guide sheep out of the pen and toward their destination. Understanding and coordination between dog and shepherd are key to ensuring safety and efficiency in this process. In addition to being used for livestock, sheepdogs can also be used to move cows to different places, such as pastures and barns. The process is similar to moving sheep, but here dogs are used to help the cows get onto the truck. The dog will bark and move to lead the cow into the cart. Normally, a herd of about 500 cows will lead about 10 shepherding dogs. However, on farms with large areas and lots of grass, it may be necessary to use a larger number of breeding dogs. These solutions have been effective in preventing the growth of some invasive species. Do you want to be trained to become a sheepdog? If so, leave the number 1. Otherwise, leave the number 0. Don't forget to leave your comments and opinions below. And don't hesitate to like and subscribe to support our channel and receive notifications about upcoming videos. Lastly, remember to share this video with all your friends so they can enjoy it too. Thank you all.